Hi, this is Todd Winty, and this is the Daily 180. 180 seconds of motivation and inspiration intended to help you take action. Oh boy, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Intended to help you take action and make progress in your life. This is episode 337 of the Daily 180, trying to work out some new technology today. We're back here in the office, and today I want to talk about another of our I words. And that I word that I want to talk about today is inquisitiveness. Now, if you're like me, occasionally when you ask questions, when you are inquisitive, people react with a little bit of a bristly attitude. Some of them are like, "How dare you ask these questions? How dare you ask all these things of me?" And I get that. I get that. It happens to me, as you can imagine, an awful lot. But there's a way to make sure that that doesn't happen. I'm going to get to that at the end of this at the end of this episode. But let me talk to you about why I think inquisitiveness is so important. Years and years and years ago, when I was trying to develop a new skill, I was working with a gentleman who was walking me very patiently through some of the fundamentals, helping me to establish a good understanding of the fundamentals. And I had lots of questions. It seemed like I was always asking more questions. And I remember saying to him at one point, "I apologize for asking all these questions. I hope you're not. I hope that doesn't bother you." And he said, "No, no, no, no." He says, "In fact, I love it when people ask questions. Questions are the beginning of wisdom." Now, I've used that for much of my life as I've moved through my life. I tell people all the time, questions are the beginning of wisdom. Ask questions, because if you aren't asking questions, you are never going to get to wisdom. Questions are really the beginning of wisdom, and that has been tremendously valuable. It has allowed me with that to asking questions, that liberty to ask questions has allowed me to get all kinds of information that I have used to that has opened the doors to my master's program. It opened the doors to success in my master's program. It has allowed me to pull information from lots of different areas and integrate those into my life so that I've been able to be more successful in my full-time endeavors, in my side hustle and my side gigs that I've done. I've been able to be more successful because I'm always going out and gathering more information. In fact, for me, being inquisitive and asking questions and trying to find out really is just part of who I am. And I'm glad that I've been able to figure out how to make that be not just part of who I am in an offensive way, but part of who I am in a way that drives success as I move forward. Now, I promised I'd talk about how to make it not offensive. If you're like me and occasionally you get that resistance, oftentimes it's because people that we're asking the question to, maybe we're asking the question in a way that makes it sound like we are trying to resist them or we're trying to change things. We might be trying to change things. But if we want cooperation along the way, there's a great way to ask the questions without getting that immediate resistance. And the way is to simply say this: let me make sure I understand, and then ask the question. 9 times out of 10, when I have done that, the people that I've been asking the question to, even if they were more likely to resist me and resist giving me information, see me as somebody who wants to be part of the team and part of building a better process. At which point, they're very willing to share information with me. If someone else feels like they're helping us understand, then yeah, they'll help us out with our inquisitiveness. I hope this has helped you. I hope you're thinking about ways that you can use this little trick and this little what say it's little, but I think it's tremendously important piece of how to be inquisitive so that you can be successful. If you like what we've done, give us a thumbs up. We'd love to see that. Hey, don't forget to subscribe so you see all the rest of the I words and the rest of the words that we're going to be using that help us be successful as we move through the rest of the alphabet. Hey, you may actually want to take some time too and send this off to somebody else that you think might benefit them. In the meantime, this has been the Daily 180. I am Todd Wenty. Thank you very much for your time. Go forth and conquer. We'll see you next time.